you, what up? It is now October, which means it's time for Faves X Fails for the month of September, filmed in October. This is a roundup video in which I talk about all of my favorite products for the month and apply them to my face to create a look. I also talk about the products that did not work for me, aka the fails, and I tell you why these are my fails. As always, I come very much prepared with notes, with prices, with everything that you need to know about all of these products so that you can make an educated decision the next time that you buy or think about buying any of these. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, notification bell for Wednesdays and Sundays videos, and now it's Faves X Fails time for September, filmed in October. Let's hit it. All right, so the first product that I want to talk about today is the primer, and I have a new fave. It's from CALIRAY. It is a $36 product, and it is their So Blown Clear Blurring Primer. I like this one. First and foremost, because it smells like grapefruit, and that is one of my favorite scents. But secondly, this is a clean product. It feels very moisturizing on the skin, also very, very lightweight, but it is also blurring and it is mattifying. So I think this is perfect for my oily AF skin. I like the way that it feels, I like the way that it looks, and moreover, I like the way that it performs, which is why it's a fave this month. So now that I've applied it to the skin, you can immediately see a difference. The face just looks cleaner, it looks more mattified, it looks blurred, and overall it just looks more perfected. I think it does help with your makeup application in terms of helping it apply a little bit smoother onto the skin. It helps to fill in those fine little crevices, pores. So overall, I've really been liking this product a lot. I think this is probably one of my faves from CALIRAY so far. No fails this month in the primer category. So let's move on to my favorite foundation for the month. And it is hands down the one and only Patrick Ta Major Skin Cream Foundation and powder combo. This I just discovered like 4 days ago, but I've been wearing it every day since, and I have been falling in love with it more and more every time I wear it. Now this I actually think is a product that is meant for oily skin like mine. This is something that just happens to work with my oils. It somehow even looks better over time as you wear it throughout the day. If you watch my video review on this product, and if you scroll down to my wear test, which also happened to be on a day when I wasn't looking or feeling my best, I gotta say, the foundation looked absolutely flawless at the end of the day, and I even took a nap throughout the day. I didn't blot a single time throughout the day, but this has really proven itself. So I've tried all the shades that were sent to me, and I actually landed on the light medium 4, which is not the shade that I used in my review, but that is the shade that I would say is probably my best match currently. It has a good balance between olive and golden undertone. And the way that I like to apply it is by first swiping on a sheer layer of this product, kind of like all over the face. I'm using this Huda Beauty Face Sculpt and Shade brush. This one is very dense, and I think for this particular product, you need a very dense brush in order to have maximum control. I didn't actually like the brush that was meant for this product from Patrick Ta Beauty, but with a denser brush, this is so easy to apply. Kind of similar in texture to the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder, in the sense that it is a cream to powder. It does feel quite matte on the face. So perhaps this is not necessarily meant for those of you with drier skin or with mature skin, but for me, with my oily, acne-prone, somewhat textured skin, this is ideal. I have been loving it so much. So then what I like to do after the one sheer layer is I like to pick up a little bit more, and basically I stipple on a little bit more coverage in those areas where I want a little bit more coverage. So for me, that's like the center of the cheeks, the jawline. And once you do that, you are left with just the most natural looking, flawless type of finish that's great for every day. This is not a full coverage, super glamorous type of foundation, but it is just so right for every day, even though it is $52. So it is on the pricey side, but it also does include the powder. Not a lot of it, but you know what? For a product that works so well, to me, it justifies the price. Yes, Bowie. Yes, Bowie. Yes, Bowie. So this right here is my baby Bo. How beautiful is he? Look at those amber eyes. He was just yelling at mommy. He wanted a little bit of attention. You remember when my other cat Hero was yelling the other day? Well, they like to take turns. They like to demand their attention. Is that right, my bum? Is that right, my baby? He's so grumpy, but such a sweetie pie. Such a scrumptious little bunny. Look at this cutie. I am not worthy. And I got cat hair all over my face because I didn't yet actually set my foundation. But that was worth it, right? A little cat cameo. Can't just all be about the cat hair all the time. Gotta actually show the cats. So where was I? Let me actually put on my concealer. Today I'm gonna be using the Benefit Boi-ing Cakeless Concealer. This one I really like. I like it almost as much as the Tarte Shape Tape. This one is a little bit less opaque, a pinch more everyday than the Tarte Shape Tape, but it offers really great coverage. It feels lightweight. It is indeed cakeless and creaseless. I like it. It's not this month's fave. It's kind of like an all-time fave. So I'm gonna quickly blend that out and set it before I actually talk about a failed concealer for the month. You knew it was coming. The brush that I'm using is also Huda Beauty. This is the Conceal and Blend brush. And now I'm gonna set just the under eye with the Pat McGrath, the name rubbed off, but basically it's this translucent under eye brightening powder. But I don't just use it in the under eye. I also like to brighten this area around the nose. And by the way, thank you guys so much for all your sweet commentary and just like well wishes on my swollen face from the other day. As you can see, my face is back to normal. Thank God, because that was kind of scary. I woke up one day and this side of the face was just really swollen in the cheek area. It was like almost too heavy, so it was making my mouth droop, and my mouth is already kind of crooked, so it was just like making my face look really strange. But all is good now. Thankfully, it is back to normal. I talked to my best friend who is a nurse, and she actually thinks that I might have had a case of COVID that I didn't know about, because this swelling of the face happened to me one time many months ago, back in December when I got the booster shot, and it was this side of the face that was swollen on me, and also my armpit, which was also the side of the injection. And so that lasted for about 2 days, and then it went away. It was also really strange and very scary, but apparently it is a known side effect. So now that it came back, all of a sudden, my best friend, she's seen this in the ER, and she said that perhaps maybe I had a case of COVID that was asymptomatic but with this side effect. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that all is good. Do not worry, I am fine. My face is fine, it's back to normal. So now we shall proceed to the next thing that I want to talk about, which is a fail in the concealer category. And you probably already know what I'm about to tell you. I am sadly not loving Charlotte Tilbury's new Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. So now this is a $33 product. I did a video comparing it to Charlotte's original Spanx for the Face Concealer, the Magic Away with the pump. I compared them both. I always liked the Magic Away concealer, and I still prefer it to this one for the simple fact that this concealer comes with sparkles. Yeah, sparkles in the formula. So I thought that was super bizarre and really weird. Like, I know that it says that it's supposed to be a radiant concealer, which I guess suggests some sort of luminosity, but I was not expecting literal sparkle particles. I was not expecting actual glitter in my concealer. It's really weird, and a lot of you guys seem to agree in the comments. This would have been a great product if they just eliminated the radiant part, aka sparkles, because it did wear pretty well. It was light on the skin. It did cover, it did brighten, it did all of those things, but just the sparkle component threw me off. So to me, it was a fail, a very obvious fail, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But I do love Charlotte. I just went to her event, I saw her, and she's fab, as always and per usual. This product, sadly, is not. Moving on to powder. I don't have a favorite powder, but this powder from the Patrick Ta Major Skin Cream Foundation Duo seems to be working great for me. So I'm gonna use it again today. Again, I did not like the brush for this product. I thought it was way too flimsy. So instead, I like to use my own preferred brush. This one from Refer, number 22. I was gonna say shade 22, number 22. It is a huge brush. I have a huge face. So for me, it just makes it easier to stamp the powder on, to seal the foundation in. Although this one does shed like crazy. So it's not like my favorite brush, but it'll do. I mean, I'm used to the cat hair anyway. See, and that together just looks so easy. It looks very nice, really. If you have any sort of breakouts or any like discoloration or any like freckles that you may want to cover up, you could always do that with concealer, either on top of the cream foundation or even on top of the powder. I do this all the time. So to me, this is enough coverage for me. And if I want to add a little bit more just to hit up some trouble zones, I can always do that. But like I said, this for everyday wear is great, though it's not necessarily an everyday price, not for the everyday consumer. 52 is in the luxury category, and it's like my only criticism. I wish it was like $10 cheaper. If it was 42, I guess I could justify it. But 52 is like, ooh, this is really up there. It's up there, but it's a nice product. So if you have a few extra dollars to spare, and if you are oily skin, you will probably like this product. All right, let's move on to brows. In the brow category, I have mostly fails. No faves at all. Although, I will say that this REM Beauty Clear Brow Gel was kind of innovative with this felt tip wand, which allows you to really press and glue the brows down. The problem with this product is that the brow gel just isn't strong enough for my particular brows, which are very coarse and very thick when it comes to individual brow hairs. So I need something much stronger than like your everyday brow gel, which to me, this is what this is. This is like an everyday brow gel with like an innovative kind of wand. So I've actually been using this wand, but with other products. Kind of like a Fave X fail for me. Not exactly a fave, not really a fail. I think it'll work for a lot of people, just not for me, you know? But I do like the wand. Also, this month I tried out a few new brow pencils, one from Translucent Beauty. That one was fine, it was okay, but it was like a little bit too waxy of a consistency for me to really appreciate it. Although the price was right at $18, I didn't even keep it around because I just don't prefer that type of consistency. So I think I might have given it to one of my best friends. Also, the Lawless Beauty brow pencil was just way too thick for my liking. I mean, it's great for block brows if you are living in 2017, but for the current brow trends, I just didn't see it as very useful. I didn't see it as a product that I would personally reach for every day. So not necessarily fails, but just not faves for me personally. Another product that I actually personally did like was the Morphe 2 X MADDIE. Forgive me, but I don't know who MADDIE is. But anyway, whoever she is, she came up with this drawn out brow pen in several shades. I kept the shade, I think it's brunette. No, the shade is outline, but it's kind of like a brunette shade. So basically this is just your typical brow marker. I like the fact that it is micro fine. It's a bristle tip, not a felt tip. And this kind of product I like for 2022. As you can see, I'm still doing the very groomed laminated brow technique, but I'm not pushing my brows all the way up. In fact, I'm trying to keep them a little bit more contained and more true to their natural shape. So I'm not really like thickening it. I'm just keeping it clean. I guess you can consider me as someone who follows the brow trends, although not all of them. As much as I love the straight brow trend, I just know that I'm not a straight brow kind of gal. You know, I have very arched brows, and there's no way in hell I would ever shave my brows for a particular trend. So instead, I'm kind of just picking up what works for me. So anyway, again, not like the best brow product of all, not the best brow marker, but out of everything that I tried this month, this was the one that resonated with me. Morphe 2 X MADDIE. All right, speaking of REM Beauty and their brow gel, I also have some faves from REM Beauty, and it is in the eye category. I'm talking about their new multi-use eye sticks. These came out about a month ago. They are $18 each, and they come in a bunch of flesh tone shades. Though I will say that this shade here, Lunar Eclipse, is the darkest of the flesh tone shades, and it is like a light tan. So they definitely need more shades before I can consider them a favorite. I absolutely think they need like many brown shades. But basically what this is an eye stick that you can use for multiple purposes. You can carve out or like shape your eye socket. You could add shadow, you can create a crease, you could do whatever you want. So I'm just like crudely outlining the eye and just like darkening the outer corners just so you could see what can be done. And then what's great about it is that it blends out really, really easily. I like to use this Rare Beauty eyeshadow brush specifically for creams or for liquid shadows. I think it works really, really well. And I just blend out the edges while keeping this really soft. They obviously also have much lighter shades to add a pop of brightness to your eye. They have shimmery shades, and I have been actually reaching for them a lot. All right, so let's do that on the other side. Just darkening the inner corner, also the outer corner, crudely shading it, and then blending it. I actually think the formula of this is so nice that I want a black. I like using this technique for eyeshadows, kind of like carving out the lid with a cream shadow, blending it out, and then adding powder or sparkle or whatever it is on top. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is way elongated. I'm gonna need to fix it and make them match. Yeah, so I think if they came out with a really, really, really strong, easily blendable black, that would be a game changer because this is such an easy formula to blend. I like it a lot. Alrighty, moving on to some eyeshadow palettes. This month I have two favorite eyeshadow palettes. You could probably guess what they are. The first eyeshadow palette that I'm loving is from Huda Beauty, and it is the Empowered palette. This at first glance looks like a very fall appropriate palette with a lot of warm tones, with a lot of beautiful shimmery metallic shades. There's also some shifty shades and some unique swirly half gel, half powder type of shades. There's some crushed glass types of shades. There's even two unique eyeliner shades, or you could also use them as bases. So there's definitely innovation in this palette. This is $67, and to me, this is the quintessential perfect fall 22 palette. I love it a lot. I actually happen to think this might be one of Huda's best. So I'm just gonna use it sparingly because obviously I have to talk about the other palette that I'm loving. I'm gonna just pick up a few neutral-ish shades from this palette. I'm gonna use my Mario E5 brush. I'm gonna dip into the shade Legacy. I'm gonna add that right here to the corner and to that soft groove. Kind of lifting my eye shape in a sense. Shading this outer third, bringing it in just like that. Then I'm gonna take a clean brush, Huda eye blender brush. I'm gonna first clean up the edge and kind of just blend with the previous shade very gently like that. And then I'm gonna grab this shade next to it called Best Self, and I'm gonna continue blending right over the border into the brow just to soften that effect. I'm loving all the warmth here. Definitely feels like a fall leaf. Bringing that in underneath the brow just like that. Of course, you can always keep going. You can always add more shades, and I will probably add a little bit more shades, but I do want to talk about another palette that I am loving, and this one is in a category of its own, DANESSA MYRICKS Lightwork Volume 4 Transcendence palette. This palette is a work of art. Just look at it. Look at it. This is unlike anything I've seen before. And yes, we know DANESSA MYRICKS is known for her textures and for her light works, for all these different finishes and all of these duochromes, metallic shades, aqua shades. And this palette gives us all of those combined in one. We have these two very unique foil shadows that look different from every direction that you look at it from. And what's cool about this one is that you can pick up a lot, or you can pick up a little bit for just a hint of color or for just this major metallic alien eye type of moment. So it's really cool. All of these shadows swatch and perform beautifully. There is so much pigment. They are just full of emollients. They apply like butter. They blend really great. And to me, this was just so much fun to play with, so much fun to experiment with. And it really just made me feel like an artist. This is what DANESSA MYRICKS products particularly her eyeshadows, her palettes do for me. So today, because I'm keeping it kind of fall tones appropriate, I want to pick up a fall appropriate shade. So I'm going to go for this shade Nirvana, which looks kind of red in the pan, but then when you shift to the side, it turns into this magnificent olive orange. So I'm going to pick up a little bit. I don't even think I primed the lids today, but I guess it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna start gliding that over my lid. You don't need to put a lot of pressure to get maximum payoff. These shadows are just really, really easy and fun to work with. It looks like a beautiful bronze butterfly wing. But just depending on how the light hits it, it shifts from red to olive to bronze to gold. It is really special. All right, let me do that on this eye. I like to apply it with my finger just so I can really feel where the eyeshadow applies. I kind of glide it on if I want maximum payoff, and then I tap it on if I just want a little bit of sparkle or if I want a little bit of blend into the matte shadow, just like that. Stunning, absolutely stunning. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is take my pinky, dip into the shade Divinity, which looks like a crushed crystal or like a crushed glass type of shadow. Just gonna touch the inner corner with that, just a little bit for a hint of sparkle, not too much. And I'm gonna spread it up and down and just place it a little bit more sporadically. And that's about it. That's all I wanna do for that. So anyway, this palette is packed with eyeshadows like that. Just like a one and done, beautiful finish, unique shades. Sadly, this palette is now sold out on Sephora. It is, or I guess was, $125. Hoping that it will be back. Or maybe you guys can also check out Beautylish if you are interested in getting this one. But when I tell you that these fly off the shelves, they do. That's just the fact. They really do fly off the shelves. And it makes me so happy for DANESSA. All right, let's move on now to mascaras. I tried a few different mascaras, but the one that seemed to stand out for me was this Tower 28 Clean Mascara. I thought this one was pretty nice, pretty easy to use. Nice, quick, creamy, and easy. It did what it needed to do. So I'm gonna curl my lashes, and I'm gonna add this mascara from Tower 28. This is a $20 mascara. I'm not crazy about the wand, but I do like the fact that this is a clean mascara that works. A lot of the time, clean mascaras feel a little too thin for me. So thin that you can't even see the effect of the mascara. But this one I will say is a little bit better than that. You can definitely see the product going on. And the fact that I have so much eyeshadow and so much happening on my lids, you could still see my lashes and you could see that the mascara is working for them is a big plus for me. So even though I'm not crazy about this gimmicky type of wand, I far prefer a traditional wand. Just for me and for my short little lashes. Those just seem to work better. But this one doesn't disappoint. It does pack on the product fairly quickly, and it's not difficult to work with. It's not gimmicky. It looks gimmicky, but it works better than it looks. So I guess you could say I'm impressed. Fine, I'll give it to them. But I do love a clean mascara formula. I have somewhat sensitive eyes, so I always appreciate a clean mascara formula. All right, so that is the eye look for today. I'm actually looking for a blush that I can't seem to find. I'm very sad about it because it was a fave of mine for the month. It also had a highlighter that I was using. I just don't know where it went. Honestly, I'm talking about the Sigma X Cinderella blush. That duo was so beautiful. The blush in that duo was perfect for my skin tone. It added just enough of a pop of cool color on my warm skin tone. I also really loved the highlighter in that palette. Unfortunately, I can't seem to locate it, even though I've been using it a lot. And I would use it right now, but since I don't have it, I have to use something else. So I'm gonna just reach for another Sigma blush. This one is called Berry Love. Also kind of cool, but neutral enough. So I think it'll work. I'm gonna use the Sigma blush brush. Also, I wanna show you guys, I have a new blush technique, which some of you may benefit from, especially if you have any sort of acne scars or if you have any sort of open pores in the center cheek area. I found that brushing down from the temple instead of brushing up from the center of the cheek kind of helps close down those scars or those pores, and it helps to dissipate the blush in just a more natural way. So watch this. So instead of applying the majority of the color here, I'm applying the majority of the color on the top of my cheekbone, which has a smoother skin texture than the bottom of my cheekbone, and lifting the color slightly higher also helps to visually lift your cheek. And then of course, once you have the initial layer down, you can always add a little bit more, but this to me has just been working better for me. So try this technique, brushing down instead of brushing up, and let me know what you think. I should make this a TikTok, but to me this applies smoother. And since I don't have the highlighter from that palette, I am gonna use this very light one from Makeup by Mario. This one is in the shade Pearl. Pick up a little bit on this Jaclyn Hill brush. This one has like a slight pearlescence, which I think works nicely with the cooler, pinker tone blush. I love that. And now let's move on to the lips. Shall I give you a fail or a fave first? Let's go with the fail. So this month I tried a unique product from Wonderskin in collaboration with Haley Bui, who is a TikToker, also a content creator here on YouTube, also on Instagram. She is a beautiful girl and she created this product, or at least a particular shade of this product, which essentially is a peel off lip stain. So now in my initial review of this product, I had an absolute fail experience. This was so difficult to use. This was so tricky to apply the first time. But even though I had a hard time using this product on camera, basically it stained my teeth, it stained my white chair behind me, it was not peeling off whatsoever, I decided to not give up and I tried it several times more afterwards, and each time I will say it did get easier, and I did end up actually liking the product at the end, though I didn't give it an initial good review, or just like my response wasn't as positive to it initially. What I will say about this, it definitely has a learning curve, and I'm not gonna apply it right now on camera because I have a feeling I'm gonna mess up and then I'm gonna have to end this video short and run to the bathroom like I did last time. But basically this is a two-step product. One that has this very purple gel that turns hard that you actually have to peel off at the end. And then after you do step one, you have to spray this spray. It says that you spray 1 or 2 pumps. In fact, I found that to not be the case. I think you have to spray at least 4 pumps, making sure that the whole peel off area of your lip is fully saturated with this liquid, and then it actually peels off and removes easily. But the trick also is that you have to be very precise with the application. If you get this anywhere off your lip line, or if you apply it anywhere where you don't want this product to be, it will absolutely stain it. So you have to kind of take your time with it and be very careful, especially the first few times that you try it. Again, this is one of those products that is fave X fail for me. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with it. If I apply it properly, I love it. But most of the time, I have a hard time applying it properly because it's really difficult to use, even for me, and I have like surgeon hands. If you are calm, like at the end of the night, and you just want to like play with makeup, then you'll probably apply this well. But if you're in a rush, I suggest not reaching for this. Moving on to the final product that I want to talk about, and it is probably my fave for the month. I actually can't remember if this was last month's fave, but I have been absolutely loving these Glassify lip glosses slash lip oils from JOAH Beauty. These have just the perfect amount of color to sheerness to longevity. It's just the perfect balance of a lip product. So my new favorite lip combo, and I've been wearing this one a lot lately, has been the Laura Mercier Chestnut Pencil, which I have very, very little bit left of. And I do need to sharpen it. God, there's so little left of this pencil. The sharpener is like, are you sure you want to continue sharpening? Anyway, I already have my self-tanner contouring lip hack, but basically, let me just quickly line my lips with this chestnut pencil. And it's like the perfect medium brown. It is not a brown, it's like a tan nude shade, really. I need to get my hands on more chestnut, but sadly it is always sold out. Chestnut with one of these two shades. My favorite is the shade Sunray, which is like a perfect match to this, but today I'm gonna go for a different shade called Milky Way, and this one has a little bit more sparkle, but this is not sparkly in the sense like the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Concealer. It doesn't actually have glitter particles. This just has like a little bit of a reflect. So imagine a MAC satin eyeshadow in a lip gloss slash lip oil format. This is what this color reminds me of, and it is just stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Actually, every single shade from this Glassify lip gloss has been amazing. These are inexpensive, and I just think that it is one of those hidden gems in the makeup world right now. now. So just had to mention it for you. All right, you guys, so my look is now complete. I'm going to release the bangs. This is going to look very crazy at the moment. Oh yeah. Should I just leave it like this? Oh, that's kind of cute. Kind of working. It's kind of working for me. Okay. All right, so that is the final look. To me, this is a quintessential go-to fall look that is very easy to put together with the right products, with the products that work, with products that I love, with products that I consider to be my faves this month. Overall, I think this look is very well put together. It doesn't look like it took me 4 hours to put together. It actually looks like it came together rather easily. Outside of the eyeshadow look, which may appear to be more complicated, but actually isn't, just because the duochrome is doing most of the work here and making it look like it's more eyeshadows than what it is. But overall, I will say that my skin looks very, very fresh and clean and approachable. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look too thick or too layered. It doesn't look too makeup-y. It looks like it's breathing. I see my freckles. I like the subtle glow that I have. I really like the overall color of my complexion. I'm obsessed with the eyes and with the lips, just like the way the colors are working together. Also in my background. I just like the way that everything is working and meshing together. It is gelling, because all of these products are in fact my faves for the month. If I could give the #1 spot to one product from today's video, it will definitely be the DANESSA MYRICKS Transcendence palette, just because I think this is a super, super, super unique palette with incredible, high quality artist paints for the face. So to me, this is by far the winner of today's video, although everything else that I used today, with the close second being the Patrick Ta cream foundation / powder combo, everything has been great, everything has worked, and these are things that I would recommend to you guys, especially if you have a similar taste to mine, especially if you have a similar skin type to mine. That is essentially it. On that thought, I am going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed this roundup of faves and also fails for the month of September, filmed in October. So now I'm going to zoom out and invite you to check out more of my videos over here. Click on them, and I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out, and I'm out.